I was in a coma for 11 days after the car crash. When I woke up, my sister was wearing my engagement ring and my fiancé's last name. But the real betrayal? She was pregnant with this child. So I didn't cry. I called a lawyer and took custody of her secret baby before she even left the delivery room. They say blood is thicker than water, but no one tells you what happens when your sister becomes your replacement. Her name is Ava. Mine is Claire. We shared a womb, a childhood, a diary, but not a fiancé, not a future, and certainly not a child. The crash. It was raining. I was driving home from the jeweler final fitting for my wedding band. Mark had proposed under the stars 3 months earlier. Our wedding was in 6 weeks. Then headlights. A truck swerved. Glass shattered. I remember the smell of blood and roses. Then nothing. I woke up 11 days later in ICU. Ava was by my bed, holding my hand. "Thank God you're awake," she whispered. But something was off. Her hand was wearing my ring, the replacement. "Mark and I got married," she said softly. "We didn't know if you'd wake up. He needed someone, and I was here." I stared at her, at the ring, my ring on her finger. Then Mark walked in. He wouldn't meet my eyes. "Claire, we thought you were gone. So you married my sister?" My voice was raw. "It just happened," he mumbled. But it didn't just happen. I checked the date. They'd married 3 days after my crash, while I was still intubated. And then I saw it, a slight bump under her sweater. "Ava, are you pregnant?" She smiled. 8 weeks. It's a girl." I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I smiled back. "Congratulations." But inside, I was already planning my revenge. The secret. I played the loving sister. I attended baby showers. I helped her pick names. I even held her hair back during morning sickness. But at night, I dug. Mark's phone was lost in the crash. Ava's texts were deleted. But I found an old email. If Claire doesn't make it, we get everything. Her house, her trust fund, her life. They'd been planning this before the crash. And the baby? Conceived 2 weeks before my accident. They'd replaced me in love, in family, in legacy. But they forgot one thing.
I was the legal guardian of my late mother's trust, which held $1.2 million for any biological grandchild. And the trust had a clause. Custody must be granted to the most stable, capable guardian. Ava was a yoga instructor with $40K in credit card debt. I was a corporate attorney. The choice was obvious. The delivery room. Ava went into labor on a Tuesday. I was in the waiting room, calm, composed. When the nurse announced, "It's a girl," Ava's parents cheered. But I walked straight to the hospital social worker. "I'm filing an emergency custody petition," I said. "Under Family Code 3041, risk of financial exploitation and emotional instability." I handed her Ava's debt records, the email chain, a letter from Mark's therapist. I'd subpoenaed it. Patient exhibits manipulative tendencies and guilt avoidance. 2 hours later, as Ava held her newborn, a judge appeared at her bedside. "Pending investigation," he said. "Temporary custody is granted to Claire Mitchell." Ava screamed. Mark collapsed in the hallway. I took the baby, my niece, my blood, my weapon, and walked out. The aftermath. Ava fought me for months, but the evidence was overwhelming. The court ruled full custody to me, visitation only if supervised, trust fund released in my name as guardian. Today, my daughter's name is Elena. She calls me Mom. She'll never know the truth unless she asks. And Ava? She moved to Oregon, works at a juice bar, sends birthday cards no one reads. Mark? He begged for visitation. I gave him 1 hour a month in my office during work hours. He sits across from me, staring at the daughter he lost, and whispers, "You won." I don't correct him. Because revenge isn't about winning. It's about making sure they never forget what they stole. The real victory. People ask if I feel guilty. I don't. I gave Elena a home, an education, a future free from liars. And every night when she hugs me and says, "I love you, Mommy," I know the truth. Some replacements are upgrades. And I'm the guardian my mother's trust always intended.